What is going on, everybody? This is your boy Yakratis. This is your review for The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 6, Episode 15. Before I get started, because it's actually playing in the background, I'm actually doing this 11 minutes before the actual episode starts. I want to talk about the whole Chris, Candace, Ashley dynamic. Because I mentioned it on the panel, and I'm not sure if you guys watch me, whether you like it or not panel. We rotate. It should be on Scotty by Nature TV's channel this week. Check us out. Shameless plug. But one thing that I made mention of is, as a general person, because I want to preface with this, I believe that Chris is a good guy. Outside of that, I think he's full of it. Because you're sitting here having this long drawn out conversation with Ashley after, Candace and Mia did the throwing of the greens. And all that he really needed to say is, Ashley, it's nice to see you. Congrats on motherhood. I hope all is well. And that could have been it. But to go down the line and say, I follow you on Instagram and all this other stuff, that's a tad bit too much. Because the women that I know, they believe in a united front no matter what. And the fact that you are having this conversation with a woman that has literally talk cash money shit about your wife, but primarily wrote a character witness statement. Now, this wasn't a statement of Monique is, a great wife, a great mother, blah, 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 blah. It was you referencing the incident from the previous season and attaching it to what happened last season, but you wasn't physically present for what happened. Now, mind you, y'all already know my feelings on the whole Monique Candace thing. No need to rehash that, but I'm just saying, this woman did this to your wife. Why are you reaching out to try to even have anything with her? And then you want to sit here and have this connection with Michael, the same person that called you ordinary, the same person that called you white trash, same person. Well, he didn't really come for the business thing, but I'm going to let that go. The same person that called your wife a criminal. All these different things. So this union, you want to sit here and make things good with them. No, sir. No, sir. Ain't no way in the hell. Ain't no way in the hell. And what I said on the panel, and I'm gonna say it here, that's very selfish and self-serving, because all of this has nothing to do with your wife or her mental stability and everything she went through. This has everything to do with you wanting to sit here and have these relationships with the other men because you're still salty that you lost a good friend in Chris Samuels, and you don't want that to happen again. Even so far as at the table saying to G how, our wives might be going in it, but me and G, we cool. You don't even need to say that. And the fact that your wife is at war with her, you need to be very choosy about, what it is that you say if you really want to keep things going in the marriage. And there's other things I can say, but that's not really within the scope of what it is that I am discussing. But I just wanted to point that out. So with that being said, let's get into the review, shall we? So we pick up where we left off, and it's at the dinner. Candace comes back to the table with her husband, and then Karen says, she says to the men, if you let your women continue down this road, you're not going to look like this at 58. I did not like that comment because, granted, it might seem harmless, but I'm sorry, the camera's right here. Ha! But it comes off as, pretty much making it seem as if these women are property to their men. I don't like that. I really don't. Like I said, I might be reading too much into it, just my feelings. Wendy says they're going to be on the boat tomorrow. On the bus, there's a lot of Johnson talk. I don't know why. Moving on, Ashley mentions how, so you have Gordon acting inappropriately. He's not the only one, but he's the main one. And Ashley made mention that, her husband, when he at least knows how to conduct himself when first meeting a group of people. I appreciate Bravo for showing when he first met these ladies and how, he was trying to climb over a rail and his pants were unloosed and about to fall at his knees and whatnot. Like, yeah, Ashley, just stop. I appreciate you came for your husband, but you're doing too much. Chris, so they're back at the house. Chris is saying to Candace how he thought that he was making a way with Ashley, and Candace like, and then it took a left turn, and he was saying to Candace how she baited you and you took the bait. Hey, bruh, you set yourself up and she took advantage of that. So you in the same fucking boat as your motherfucking wife, bruh. So it's one like I said, all you needed to say was, motherhood looks nice on you, congrats on the baby, and left it at that. But no, you want to sit here and try to be kumbaya and shit, and look where the fuck it got you and your wife. Okay. So Candace pretty much says to him, you know what, I'm good on her for the rest of this weekend. Jizzy and Doobie decide they want to leave in the middle of the night. And other people notice it. So you have Ascala and Mia trying to talk them out of it. Mia's trying to offer up her room. They don't want to do it. Wendy notices it, but doesn't say anything. And this is one of those where it just comes off as being very spineless. And Wendy says they're looking for a moment. Not looking for a moment, but trying to create a moment. So when they come back the very next day, there's going to be some dialogue because quiet as it's kept, y'all were needed for this trip and y'all know that. So y'all trying to create some type of drama so you're relevant because y'all didn't have that many lines last episode. Just so. So it's the next day. Ray is on the way. So I keep forgetting. Like the screen is here, the camera's here, but he's on his way. Mia complains about the amenities. How when she Gordon goes out, how she doesn't have to do nothing. Blah blah blah. Boo bop de woo. Shut up. Just shut up. And if you don't like the amenities, you can easily just pack up and leave like Giselle and Robin did easily. Uh, As she's on the phone with Michael, we find out that, Dylan got 6 hours of sleep because, Dylan needed to make sure that he was fresh for the very next day. Now, Dean stayed up all night, but y'all know Dean crunching numbers and whatnot. He got to make sure that the broker firm is staying afloat. So, but see, he was doing that so when he was finally done and Dylan woke up, then he can go to sleep and Dylan can go ahead and take over. They run the business. They know what they're doing. Ashley calls Jizzy, and Karen asks if she said goodbye to the host. Jizzy said the host didn't say ish to me, so the host is not being the host. So from the looks of it, this episode looks real light. Again, camera's right there. Wendy pretty much calls Giselle. I just want to say that it seems real light, so I'm not giving a whole lot. But Wendy calls Giselle a liar and tells her, like, when y'all got here, I greeted you in your room. Facts. Bravo show the receipt for that. Wendy asked Mia if she and Candace will be able to speak. And Mia's just like, if she is open to having a conversation with me, we'll see how that goes. And Ray arrives, Karen gives him the download, and that's pretty much that for that. So now we pretty much have everybody together. Everybody's getting ready to go on the boat. You have Jizzy telling Ray that she broke her toe because he was going up to hug her, and then he asked how did that happen. She was like, messing around with your wife, and then he turns to Karen and said, why didn't you go for the neck when I tell you I near about fell the fuck out? I'm like, you know what? Ray been coming with the singers this season, and we all know these are things that Karen fed him, but I'm here for it. So now everybody's on the boat. Wendy lets him know the bar's downstairs, the food is downstairs, the restrooms are downstairs. Shade. Skylar and Robin talk downstairs at the bar. And, Robin will keep her conversations with Wendy to a minimum. Skylar asks if she likes her. She says she doesn't know. A year ago, we hit things off. I don't know where we stand right now. Don't know what's popping. Skylar feels torn because Robin is her friend, but she's built this relationship with, Wendy, and now the two people that she's cool with are bickering. And, of course, being in the middle is a very hard thing. Y'all don't believe me? Go back to last season. Yeah. But some people don't know how to operate in that. And apparently Escala doesn't. But she feels torn. She's allowed to feel that way. Mia overhears the conversation while she was gathering some fruit to put on the plate, went back upstairs and said to Wendy, I overheard that you weren't the same person that you were a year ago. And Wendy pretty much was like, yeah, I'm not, because we evolve, we grow. And if Robert hasn't, there's something wrong there. She needs to evolve. And the reality is, a lot of people, I'm not going to say they don't grow slash evolve, but some people, there are gaps between when they do it. For some people, it might be every month because they reflect often. Some, it might be every quarter, every 6 months, every year. You have some people that that doesn't happen for 10 years. Just is what it is. Robin comes up, Mia lets her know, well, I said what you said to Wendy. Ashley goes ahead and clears it up because again, Ashley ain't got a storyline, so Ashley got to get her little lines in where she can. And Robin clears up like, but that's not what I said. And everybody's just like, okay, she is horrible at telephone, but Wendy, you already got caught up in Mia bringing you back some information that wasn't correct, and you believed her this time. Sweetheart, I need you to get it together. But Robin tells her, like, my main thing is I'm just not interested in engaging in a debate with you. Fair enough. So, yeah, all right. So Wendy tells Giselle. So at this point, it's just a moment of clarity. All the women are going to try to have some type of clarity. Wendy pretty much tells Giselle, like, look, I booked this house months in advance. This before you broke your toe. When it came to the rooms, I didn't assign the rooms. Like, people got to pick their rooms. Just is what it is. Robin says, for her, with them having to use that one particular bathroom, that she is a germaphobe. And men piss all over the toilet and on the floor and everything, and she didn't want to deal with it. If that was the case, you could have conveyed that, and pretty much they could have made it to where nobody uses that washroom slash bathroom, whatever you want to call it, except for she and Giselle. So whatever, bullshit. Giselle is upset that no one checked in when they went to the hotel. So again, this is one of those like, okay, we're reaching. This one didn't work. I'm gonna go for something else. Y'all didn't check in, and this is one of those. Well, first and foremost, a scholar did, and that's all that we needed. Plus, you didn't let everybody know that you were leaving, so everybody does not need to check in on you. But it's this whole sense of self-importance, like, well, you don't know what could have happened. Well, guess what? You didn't tell everybody, despite the fact Wendy knew. But again, you weren't woman enough to sit here and tell her, hey, we're leaving. So it is what it is. Fuck you and your well-being. Giselle then says that her conversation with Wendy are always aggressive and combative. Now, I know we had a whole discussion at the reunion over Wendy and the word aggressive. I'm going to say the only time that she was remotely aggressive was when it was her and Mia at her new interlude. Other than that, she hasn't been. But again, if y'all want to have the conversation colorism, we can. But I don't like that this is what's being used because somebody is standing up to you, oh, now all of a sudden she is aggressive and she is combative. And when it's like, okay, well, you're a bully and a mean girl. Like, it is what it is. So Robin wants to know, why are we having this conversation in front of the men? It's clear that she's trying to protect her friend. Like, okay, things are getting hot and heavy. Let me sit here and let me deflect, which is all that is. The men decide, we're going to go downstairs. But that was the cap on that. So that conversation does not even start back up. Mia asked Wendy if she and Giselle cleared things up. And Wendy's like, you know what? Why are you so worried about me? How about you and Candace? Y'all clear that shit up right there. Mia pretty much says apologizes for inflicting negative energy and for asking questions that she shouldn't have asked. And Candace is like, I'm not upset for you inquiring about things which you should be. But she's upset because, again, she is an artist. This is a project that she is funded. This is a dream that she's been following. And her coming for that really hurt her feelings. Okay, so we end the show with Mia apologizing and saying that she understands her boundaries with Candace. Candace said she didn't know about Mia's mother and what happened there. Mia just wants her, if they ever get back into it, to just come at me. Don't bring my mother into it. Cool, they're establishing boundaries. That's cool. She says that, her mother, while she was in, I believe she said jail. possibly prison, but I'll just say jail. Wasn't able to see her parents when they passed away. Not to say, and I believe with Giselle, like they normally let you out for that. And she was like, but she was still handcuffed, and they would not take the handcuffs off and the shackles, which means she would have had to walk into church looking the way that she was looking, and she said no. Don't know whether it's true or not, but again, like I said, Mia has been a whole liar this whole entire time. So the boat docks, they get on the bus. Ashley is trying to sleep. Gordon is messing with her. He didn't know that she was trying to sleep. Let him tell it. And I say that because, hey, damn it, bruh, if your wife is a liar, hey, you might be right on that same boat with her. I don't know. I'm just saying. But um, Ashley is upset and it's just saying, like, can you just stay on your side and all this other stuff? And then G says, well, you look funny as shit, messing with her. And here's the thing. It ain't fun when Gordon got the gun, huh? Because some of this same behavior of Ashley pushing issues, pushing boundaries, is the same exact thing that G doing. The only difference is this is a man doing it to a woman. That is the only fucking difference. But he literally is just cracking jokes and whatnot. Ain't even trying to sit and hurt this woman's feelings. Ashley, on the other hand, has intentionally done shit at other people's expenses and continues to go there when people want her to stop. And then her trying to say, well, I have a newborn, I don't get that much chance to sleep. You're absolutely right. But here's the difference, though, sweetheart. You're taking a nap. You had a chance to sleep last night. So if you chose not to sleep last night, that is nobody's fault but your own. But that's it. That's the review. Next week, it seemed like some truth's about to come out. And I'm just here to, I believe Jizzy's daughter name is Grace. I can't wait for Grace to truly gather the edges off her mama. Like, oh, okay, it seems like it's going to be a little bit all right. But it seems like we're winding down because, let me see, what's today's date? So not next week. So not next Sunday, but the Sunday after is the season finale. So at this point, obviously they're wrapping everything up. So the next two episodes may not necessarily be explosive, but that's actually lies. I am lying. I think the season finale is gonna be explosive. So I guess we got one more meh episode, and then we'll get the season finale. And yeah, so that is all that I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and share. Don't forget, the deep dive, my trending topic segment, drops at midnight tonight, Central Standard Time. So, and it's not a premiere. It just drops at midnight. So you guys have that to watch on your way to work, while you're getting dressed, whatever the case may be. Really BTV joins me for the What's Your Opinion segment. And like I said, we had a very, very good discussion. It's over an hour long, so that lets you know that we really had some good stuff to talk about. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys for the next video. Peace out.